Dishonorable Judge Kelly and Katie, who don't know anything about sports or care really, can't wait to tell you a little bit about this Bears-Packers rivalry. And what we see here is what I call the Packer fan Renaissance painting.
Is everybody in Wisconsin, that city, are they all here?
It's everybody in Wisconsin. They're the Green Bay Packers, but they're really just the Wisconsin Packers.
Okay.
Their season ticket list is like 75 years to wait because people bequeath it. They die and they're like, I want my season tickets to go to my son.
And they're one of the few teams that you could do that with. One, obviously, our main focus, this lady is just so angry, and her friend to the left of her, I mean, God.
She's not coming out looking great either in this photo.
But to understand why this woman got so angry, you kind of have to understand the Bears-Packers rivalry. From Lambeau Field to Soldier Field is 3.5-hour drive, 227 miles. Their first game was in November 27th, 1921. So they've been playing each other for over 100 years now. And there have been 210 games played between these teams. Before this photo was taken, the Packers had won the last 10 games that they have played against each other. The Packers have dominated. They play each other twice a year, so that means that the Packers have won the last 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, seems a little one-sided for a rivalry, but all right.
Now, so last year, remember I told you you play a division rival twice a year. So the first game was in Chicago. Here you can see it's the fourth quarter. There's 3 seconds left. The Bears are down by 1 point, but they are attempting a 46-yard field goal. And this is what happens when they attempt this field goal. It gets blocked at the line of scrimmage and lands a good 10 yards short. Bears lose 20-19 by 1 point.
Every time the Bears go to kick the ball, every Bears fan has they have been the worst kicking team in the league for those 100 years.
So the second game was the last game of the season, and it was in Green Bay. Now here we are again. It is the fourth quarter. There is 2 minutes left in the game, so this means that this is the last time the Bears are going to touch the football, probably, is what you're thinking. And the Bears are winning 21-19. They're actually beating them. There's only 2 minutes left. All the Bears need to do is get 2 first downs and the game's over. Or score a touchdown and the game's over. There's so much they can do. The fucking announcer then says this in this moment.
Like every Bears fan is watching this going, oh my gosh, how are we going to mess this up?
Why? Why would you put that on them?
He wasn't even finished done talking here. This is the very next play. Fumble.
Oh, no.
Green Bay recovers. They're already in field goal range. It was just a nice screen. It gets blown up. He fumbles it. It's the Packers football. They kick a field goal. Packers are now up 22-21. This is why we're really watching this, is the fan interactions. Here's one that I love. This is everybody reacting to it. You can see the Bears fan down here on the left thinks that it's going to be no good, but then it's good, and everybody celebrates around him. Now, if you look at Orange Gloves, he's going around for a high five, sees, oh, Bear fan, never mind, I'm just going to slap my friend.
Well, I love how in Wisconsin it's so like backwoods. They're all wearing Hunter's orange.
I know, that's another thing. When you go to a Green Bay Packer game, there's no seats. Well, there are in some, but most of them are benches, bleacher, and you're sitting next to some guy who's wearing hunting gear covered in like fucking deer blood sometimes.
A section for the seats that people are bequeathing?
They're little.
Yeah. So you have a square, but it's made for a normal sized person and not a Wisconsin sized person. So there's still time left. There's 48 seconds, you can see here. And now the Bears are down by 1. All they need to do is somehow get into field goal range and kick a field goal. So the first thing that happens on the very first play is this guy does what's called a horse collar tackle. You can't grab somebody from their back of their nameplate even at all and tackle them. So that's an easy 15 yards for the Bears. A couple plays later, boom, a toe tap sideline catch, barely in. I want to show that again. So, you have to get 2 feet in bounds, and this guy's catching it. He barely has 2 little toes in there.
Very graceful on that fall, though. Like, oh yeah, and then he's got the Good job on that. He took some stunt classes.
So now the Bears need about 15 yards, and they have 15 seconds, no timeouts, and they're down by 1. So they need to get about 15 yards and then spike the football to stop the clock. This is what happens. Boom. Got like 17 yards. Gets thrown down. Everyone runs up, spike the football. Now the Bears are in field goal range once again. This one's even further. This is a 51-yard. The first one was 46. This is a 51-yard field goal. You're down by 1 point, and there's 2 seconds left. This is the exact same thing. You've lost to the Packers 11 times in a row.
Every Bears fan in the world right now is holding their head, closing their eyes, and trying not to breathe.
It's kicked. It's hooking left. It sneaks in. The Bears beat the Packers on a last-second field goal for the first time in 11 games. And guess who we could see? Our little lady friend was right there the whole time. And her friend to the left of her freaks out, so scared that the ball's going to hit her.
Oh, yeah, she's like, wait, what?
And then, boom, Carlos Santos goes to jump, do the Lambeau leap. These people push him down. There's that lady already screaming at the kicker, just screaming.
Okay, so to have it done by a bear is a high insult.
Oh, yeah. It's like when an audience member tries to do a bit in your improv scene.
And then watch this lady, that screamy lady won't stop pushing him in the helmet. She's like yelling at him, get out of here! Get out of here! This guy just, he figures out that there's a place he can stand, so he just kind of hangs up on him. So after that event, after the Packers lost to the Bears and a last second field goal, and that photo went viral of that woman like screaming, obviously really mad and butthurt that her team just lost. What was the news in Wisconsin? I wonder how they presented it.
And we do want to start out our newscast tonight with a story of territory.
Packers getting ready to fly east to face the Eagles.
While an Oshkosh woman stands ready to protect their home turf.
She's the hero the Packers fans needed in that moment.
I felt like I was defending our legacy. I wasn't going to let anyone come into our stands when that wasn't their place to be.
Sacred turf that can never be taken over by teams like the Bears.
Is that the real voice of the reporter?
Sacred turf that can never be taken over by teams like the Bears.
That is the voice of the person who put this together.
Look at those creeps in the back. My God.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Brett Favre back there?
Oh, God. Those two definitely have Tinder accounts. There's no question.
Here's the thing. The rivalry is very tame. We hate each other's teams. We don't hate each other. We get along. There's families that have Bears fans and Packers fans, And I want to point out that most of the people in this photo it was cropped, even though their team just lost to their heated rival, they're having a good time that the Bears are jumping up just in their section and being like, oh, man, God damn it. But this is cool that you guys are here. And I'd also like to point out that there is a guy who's actually really excited. Boo! But you can see he's laughing. Yeah. He's having a good time. This woman is extremely overreacting. And her to go onto the news and be like, I'm defending our turf. Shut the fuck up. No, you're not. It's a football game. And it's not the first time that opposing teams have jumped into your stands. If you have something that you do as tradition, then other teams are going to mock it when they beat you. That's the name of the game.
This is coming from a guy who's watched a lot of wrestling too. Wrestling fans are the worst. Like really most fans are the worst, period, is what I'll say.
Anybody who takes it too seriously is the worst.
100%. Yeah.
It is weird though that like how much, I mean, she was right there behind like where you could see fully where the football comes through the pitchforks.
That's what they're called, pitchforks. That's wonderful.
I mean, it's right in front of her face, and then she took it very personally.
Everything about her gives me like an MTG vibe.
Yep.
I wouldn't have said guilty until I saw those news stories where she came on and tried to like justify it. I would have been like, yeah, you got me. I was really upset that we just lost.
Yeah, I feel like that's when you're like, yeah, I was 9 Miller Lights in. What do you want? My bad. And you're not. I don't think you get self-righteous on this.